Dear brothers and sisters, dear friends, we welcome you to the Congregation Bible Study for this week. We're discussing Lesson 41, and this one is entitled David and Saul. At this moment, David was not a boy, he was an adult, an expert warrior, and King Saul was aware that David was the anointed of Jehovah, the next king of Israel. But not just that. King Saul was surprised and amazed by David's abilities. After David killed Goliath, King Saul put him in charge of his army. Saul was very pleased with David because he was the best, and David won many battles, and he became very popular, very famous. Whenever David came home from war, the women would come out dancing and singing. And notice the expression and the difference. Can you notice the difference? Saul has struck down thousands, and David has struck down tens of thousands. Notice the difference, thousands versus tens of thousands. Saul became jealous because of David and wanted to kill him. And David had another ability, play the harp. And David could play the harp very well. One day, David was there playing the harp for Saul. But this was not just music, it was a special music. Imagine for a moment the powerful effect of David's music. The Bible says that an evil spirit went away when was listening David's music. That's outstanding. The king hurled his spear at him, and David dodged just in time. He dodged it just in time, like a bullet time. But this was a spear time, and the spear shot into the wall. After that, Saul tried many more times to kill David. Eventually, David ran away and hid in the desert. He was escaping for his life. He didn't something wrong. He was innocent. He was not an evil person. Jehovah used him to save Israel from Goliath. And now he was fighting against their enemies, and what he received in payment, a persecution, not from his enemies, not from the non-Jews, but from the king, Saul. And Saul took an army of 3,000 men and went hunting for David. And then something happened. He happened to enter the very cave where David and his men were hiding. And David's men whispered, "This is your chance, David. This is your chance to kill Saul, to solve this problem. This is your day. Just make it." And David crept toward Saul and cut off a piece of the king's coat, and Saul didn't notice. Afterward, David felt very bad that he had not shown respect for Jehovah's anointed king. This was impressive, David's humility and modesty. He didn't allow his men to attack Saul because he responded them, "Stop, we won't make it. It's not a time. It's not our decision." And he even called out to Saul, saying that he could have killed Saul when he had a chance. Would Saul change his mind about David? In a certain way, in that moment, he said, "Okay, thank you, you are a good one, I'm an evil one. You are a good person, I'm not. You are different, you are not like me." And apparently, he was a different and a good soul, recognizing his fault, his mistake. But after a while, he kept hunting for David. And one night, again, the same cycle. David and his nephew Abishai sneak into Saul's camp. Even Abner, Saul's bodyguard, was sleeping. Abishai said, "This is our chance. Let me kill him." David replied, "Jehovah will deal with Saul. Let's just take his spear and his water, jug, and go." David climbed a nearby mountain and that overlooked Saul's camp. He shouted, "Abner, why you didn't protect your king? Where are Saul's jug and spear?" Saul recognized David's voice and said, "You could have killed me twice, but you didn't." Because this was the second time that Saul was in David's hands. And he says, "I know that you'll be the next king of Israel." Saul went back to his palace, but not all in Saul's family hated David. And in the next story, the next lesson, we'll find out who was this person in Saul's family who loved David. This is very important and reminds us that what the Bible says, if it's possible, as far as it depends on you, be peaceable with all men. Don't avenge yourselves, beloved, but yield place to the wrath. So, friends, in this story, we saw how David wanted to eliminate David. How Saul wanted to eliminate David, and some of the reasons. And this teaches us the importance of being humble and avoid envy, avoid jealousy. And we notice David's modesty. He respects his own limits. Because of that, he refused to eliminate Saul. And this was his success. This part of his success, recognizing his limits. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining us in this consideration of the Congregation Bible Study for this week. We hope you'll be able to attend your midweek meeting in person or virtually, and hope to see you in our next discussion. See you in another video.